Thank you, Mark. And staying with the Patriots, we're joined now by Dr. Paul Fadale from University Orthopedics, our injury guru. It's taken 7 weeks to get you in here, but here you are.
I was hoping to be here in December or maybe January, not now.
It was a costly Sunday for the Pats with Stephen Ridley and Jerod Mayo. We often talk about the knee injuries. They seem to be a little bit similar on the field. When you saw those, what goes through your mind?
Right. I was wondering what took so long because, you know, it was bound to happen in 2-in-1 game. That's the problem. Stephen Ridley, for sure, has the dreaded ACL and an MCL. We know that he's going to be out 8 months, give or take, or a little bit more, but should be able to come back from that combination of injury. Jerod Mayo, however, everyone's hushed about that, so we're not exactly sure if there might be another twist to this or further injury that they don't want to let out. So we're going to watch that and see where that goes.
You said 8 to 10 months. When you go back to Rob Gronkowski's injury last year, I think it was in early December. Here we are in October, and he's pretty much said he is just now 100%, and it's showing on the field. Is that the timeline that matches up with your expertise?
Well, it's interesting that when you talk to the athletes, Tom Brady and others, they'll say, boy, at 8 to 10 months, I was really feeling pretty good. But when we go back and ask those athletes, they'll say, no, the second season I felt better. The numbers may not show it, but their confidence goes up. They're not always thinking about that injured leg. So believe it or not, most studies will show that in the mind of the athlete, it's going to actually take them another year before they finally get it out of their system. He looks great, and he's coming back full force.
The guy throwing him the ball, Tom Brady, has an ankle injury. I think he stepped on a lineman's foot, but Brady's not the most mobile person. He's not running a whole lot. What does that injury do to his motion and his throwing technique? Well,
again, it sets everything off. I think everything starts with your feet. So if your ankles are not stable, your knees probably not so great after all these years, everything gets off, the timing gets off, he's not as mobile. It's amazing he looks as good as he does because now from the ground up, he doesn't have that platform to throw on. Confidence may go, accuracy may start to go. So that's something to watch, but I don't think he looked too bad watching him during that game.
Now, Thursday Night Football on WPRI 12 tomorrow is a big game between the Pats and the Jets, but there's much talk about it's not a great brand of football because football players aren't meant to play 2 games in 4 or 5 days. As someone who works in this business, is this even right to send these guys out 4 or 5 days later?
This sounds terrible. This must be for financial reasons they do this because the coaches, I'm sure, are not thrilled with this. They're unprepared. Look at the injuries the Patriots have to redo their whole line and the running back, and the bodies are beat up. No, you can't recover from that type of a game 4 days, 5 days later. So I don't really think it's a great idea. I hate to say that, but it reminds me of the football practices, the 2-a-days, the extended summer, until somebody said enough. The injuries are just too much. We may find out over time there's just too many injuries now.
Now, you're an orthopedic surgeon, but much of the talk right now in NFL is with head injuries. As you're on the sideline at a football game, has the head injury kind of become the focal point now in 2014?
I like to tell a cute story. I take care of the Bruins. I've taken care of a young Bruin once who said, you may have remembered my dad. And I watched his dad, because I'm that age, in the NHL. I said, how's your dad doing now? He says, yeah, I'm in my 50s. He's in his 50s. Very foggy, can't do much. I said, did your dad have a lot of concussions? He said, oh yeah, but in the old days, nobody did anything about it. Today's world, concussions is on the front edge. The coaches get it, the players get it, so now you see everybody leaving with concussions. Probably 10 years ago or more, they would have played the next week. Everybody knows that you don't want to mess around with these concussions because long-term ramifications many, many years from now could be not good.
All right, Dr. Paul Fadale from University Orthopedics, thanks so much for joining us.
Great.
We'll have much more from the Sports Wrap, including Andy Gresh, coming up right after the break.